Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Recha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders in Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and mercy to the Tazadak Akim out there that's laboring in this truth in all sincerity. All right, shalom to the elect. All right, and through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, I'm going to go into the chapter of Ezekiel, the 35th. Okay? And I'm going to make a part 1, Lord willing, this lesson be edifying. This is Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. All right, and what is Mount Seir? We're going to get that. This is the precept. This is Genesis chapter 36, verse 8. It reads, Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. And these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir. All right, so Mount Seir is, synonymous, with the Esau, which is the so-called white man. Okay, but also, when you read on down in this chapter, Mount Seir is also talking about America, because that's where majority of the Edomites dwell at. Okay, just like in the ancient time. All right, majority of the Edomites dwelt in the land of, and dwelt in Mount Seir, man. Okay. All right, I'm gonna read it again. Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 2. It reads, Son of man, set thy face against it and prophesy against it. All right, and what does the word prophesy mean? To say before. All right, and the prophets are prophesying against, all right, this great kingdom, which is America. And let me get that. This is Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. All right, and those same prophets, the old, that was prophesying, before, are here back again now. All right, prophesying against, this great kingdom, which is America. Prophesying that, evil times is coming, man. Prophesying the downfall of this wicked kingdom, okay, which is America. All right, going back into Ezekiel 35, it reads in verse 3, And say unto it, Thus saith the Lord thy power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. All right, and this is the precept. This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 19. It reads, Egypt shall be a desolation. And Egypt, is synonymous, with America. Because when you read the book of Revelations, the 11th chapter, it compares America to, being spiritually like Sodom and Egypt. All right, and Egypt, representing the house of bondage. All right, Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness. All right, and and when is it going to be a desolate wilderness? When the intercontinental ballistic missiles, all right, hit here in America, man. All right, the 200 million warheads, man, that Yahweh Shai is going to put his spirit upon, man. Okay, to just completely wipe out America, man. Okay, for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. All right, because you so-called, Edomites, the Salakia, the so-called white man, all right, you help further the affliction, man, all right, on the Israelites, okay? You raped, robbed, murdered, all right? You stole, our brother's land, okay? And you did, miraculous things to us, man. We don't got to get in detail, but all right? And because of that, the Lord is going to bring you down, man, all right? And you should never rise up again. All right. This is going back to Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 4. I will lay the cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Yeah, because when those missiles hit, man, this place is going to be completely a desert, man. All right. Only unclean spirits is going to dwell here. All right. In fact, there's going to be a matter of fact, let me get a quick precept. This is Isaiah chapter 34. I'm going to get that. The confusion of the line, man. Because after this place gets destroyed, you're not going to be able to tell, from city, man. Okay? This is Isaiah chapter 34, verse 11. But the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it, the owl also and the raven shall dwell in it, and he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion and the stones of emptiness. Because after this place, gets hit with those missiles, all right, you're not going to be able to tell, city from city. You're not going to be able to tell, New York City, with its Statue of Liberty, the Empire State Building, all right, because the scriptures speak about all the elements shall, be burnt with fervent heat, all right. This place is going to be completely wiped out, like a desert, man, okay, and I'm gonna skip on, a couple verses down. It reads, verse 14, the wild beasts of the desert shall also meet with the wild beasts of the island, and the satyr shall cry to his fellow. The screech owl also shall rest there and find herself a place of rest. All right, and this is going into the unclean, spirits and birds, man. And real quick, I'm gonna get the quick precept. This is Revelations chapter 18, verse 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and of cage of every unclean and hateful bird. So only unclean spirits, is going to be, dwelling here in America after, is brought down and wiped out by those missiles, man, along with the chariots of fire that Yahweh Shai and the angels are going to bring, Going back into Ezekiel, it reads, I'm going to read it again, verse 4, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by force of the sword in the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. All right, and I want to get into the word perpetual, okay? Because you Edomites had a perpetual hatred towards, us Israelites, man. All right? Perpetual, it means long derision, forever and ever, everlasting, evermore. All right? Long time. And you Edomites, you Esau, you had hated Jacob, since we took the blessing. All right? All right, since Isaac gave us the blessing, you hated us from that point on, man. Okay? And I want to get that in Obadiah real quick. The first chapter. This is Obadiah chapter 1, verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob shall shame, Salakia. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. All right? And what's the violence you have done towards, Jacob, which is you so-called, which is the Israelites, okay? You made the Israelites butt break, you was butt breaking the Israelite men, all right? You was, basically having Israelites have sex with their mothers. That's where the term motherfuckers come from, okay? The Trail of Tears of what you did to Gad, the transatlantic slave trade, all right? You're going to be cut off, man, all right? And you're going to be cut off after 1,000 years in the kingdom, man, okay? And I want to get another example, of how y'all hated us, man, okay? This is the book of, I believe in Amos, the first chapter. Salakia. It goes in. Matter of fact, hold on. I'm going to get this in Psalms 137. All right. It reads, Psalms 137, verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. All right. And this is still going into basically when you Edomites joined the Babylonians, all right, to bring, Jacob down, man, to bring down the Israelites, man. And right, and when you go actually into the history, we know that, you know, the downfall, you know, when the Babylonians came, that was one of the biggest downfalls of Jerusalem, man. All right, along with, you know, the besiege of 70 A.D. by the Romans, along with the, you know, the transatlantic slave trade, man. All right, but you was joined unto the Babylons, you know, saying race it, man, to, you know, for us to be, you know, wiped away, man. All right, and you have to pay for that, man. Okay, all right, you're gonna pay for your sins now, and, you know, the sins you have done in the past time. Okay, the Lord didn't forget, man. Okay, the Lord did not forget, man. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua did not forget. Okay. Verse 6, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, thy power I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus I will make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut all from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. Okay? So the Lord is going to make, you know, America completely wiped away, man. You know, after the destruction, and you're never gonna, you know, rise in power again, man. All right? This is not gonna be like the time, you know, in Rome, you know, when you Edomites fell down, all right? And basically Jake took over, all right? Or I should say Salakia too, because, you know, the Romans, you know, a lot of Japhites was dwelling in Rome, all right? But when they fell, and, you know, the Israelites, you know, took over for 1,000 years, okay, it was something called the Renaissance period, meaning the rebirth, you know, of the Roman power, okay? But that's not going to happen again, man. All right, because once you know your kingdom falls, man, you're not going to return into power. All right, I'm gonna get that. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start from 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? So, you know, the prophet Ezra, you know, he was, you know, asking the angel when was, you know, the end times going to be. All right. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, you know, representing, all right, you know, us bringing down Esau, man, his rulership. All right. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So once, and then we're going to the word world here, it goes into eon, meaning age. Okay? So, you know, every rulership, you know, every kingdom had a period of time to rule. All right? So once this kingdom, you know, of Esau is over, man, and Jacob, you know, takes over, that's it. You're not going to rise in power again, man. Okay? You know, and I'm going to wrap it up right there. This is part 1. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to say shalom.